Well, parents and their teen kids pretty much fight all the time, right? But this is going way too far. A Rocklin teenager under arrest accused of drugging her parents to sleep so that she could use the internet. Also under arrest, the friend whose prescription sleeping pills she allegedly used to do it. Andrea Borba tells us tonight what charges, if any, these two girls will be facing.
It began as a seemingly sweet treat on December 28th. Thoughtfulness from a teenage daughter brought home to mom and dad on Grove Street. A chocolate milkshake for dad, a vanilla shake for mom.
The taste of the milkshakes were really funny tasting, had a really gritty texture.
A few sips in, mom and dad put the milkshakes down and passed out, only to wake up at 1 a.m.
Woke up about 1 in the morning, they had hangover-like symptoms. They felt really groggy, had a headache, went back to sleep, felt the same way the next morning. So they felt something was strange.
A few days later, still wondering what happened, they marched down to Rocklin PD and bought these $5 drug tests meant for teenagers.
This particular case, the parents used it on themselves, and they believe that they found some kind of positive drug reaction on the test.
Then the parents began to put two and two together and realized their teenage daughter, allegedly in cahoots with her friend, crushed up some kind of sedative and slipped it into their milkshakes.
We don't know how many pills that were actually put into the shake.
The reason for the parental knockout punch, according to mom and dad, not parties, not booze or boys, but late-night internet access. Mom and dad said no. Their daughter apparently disagreed, and they marched her and her friend, who allegedly supplied the pills, back to the police department, where they were thrown in cuffs and then thrown into juvenile hall.
In my opinion, a sign of good parenting, if your child actually does something very, very serious like this, is to actually let the child face the consequences.
Neighbors don't agree quite so much on the milkshake meltdown.
And I don't know what it is about the generation, because when we were kids, we didn't do crazy stuff like that.
Well, court proceedings for those two teenagers will be in large part secret, and their names haven't been released because they're minors. If they were, though, over 18, what they allegedly did, they'd be facing felony charges. All right, on we go to...
Also new tonight at 5 o'clock, a Rocklin teenager is under arrest. She is accused of spiking her parents' milkshakes with sleeping pills.
Rob McAllister is live in Rocklin with why police say she did it.
The daughter and her friend now facing felony charges, all because police say they wanted to get online after 10 p.m. Parents found it a bit odd when their daughter offered to buy milkshakes. Dad wanted chocolate, mom asked for vanilla. It was an innocent-looking milkshake, but police say it was anything but that.
They had a kind of a crunchy texture and a bad taste in their mouth. Subsequently, they fell asleep.
That's when police say the daughter was free to get on the internet. Her parents couldn't remember what happened when they woke up. They eventually bought a drug test.
Through their own investigation and quirks, they found out that they were drugged by their daughter.
Then called the police to turn in their own daughter.
A child to go to those levels just so they can get on the internet, I don't know what's so important as to maybe want to harm your parents.
The family's neighbors along Grove Street can't believe it.
Drugging your parents so you can use the internet. Is that correct? Yeah. No. Never heard anything like that before. That's crazy.
The two girls, 16 and 15, are being held in juvenile hall. Had they been adults, they would likely be spending time in state prison. So the task just gets a little bit tougher. Parents already have to try to keep their kids off cell phones because the internet's so accessible nowadays. They're having just a bit of a trouble, even in the wee hours of the night.
All right, Rob, thanks.